Okay, so this is a story about the time where I and the people in the car with me witnessed a drive-by shooting. Um, some context for this story. This is a fucking crazy story, but some context for this story is that only I and the people in the car with me, the perpetrators and the victims, are the only ones who saw this happen. Okay? Long story short, no one else was in the fucking road. It was just us. We were the only witnesses in the car. And so there's a lot of crazy context for this, so bear with me. But one of the things was, I'll just jump right in. So this story involves me, my buddy Wyatt, and my dad. And we were driving around. It was probably about 3 a.m, something like that. Well, it might have been a little earlier, 2 a.m. maybe. And so no one was out, right? No one's out and driving around and shit. And I'm in a small town, so or a smaller city, so no one's out fucking past 12 pretty much. And for the context of the story, my dad and my buddy, how should I word this? Let's just say they were both taking some Lucy, all right, and I wasn't gonna take any. Because I had to drive and shit, so I could not drive with that stuff. But so I was cruising around. Those guys had already taken theirs, and it didn't come on yet. It hadn't come on yet. It was still early. It had probably been maybe an hour, maybe a little less. The time of the story, they had taken the Lucy about an hour or so before this happened. But it was and if any of you have taken that shit, you know that like the setting means everything. And so this was very crazy to fucking see right before taking Lucy. But so essentially what happened was we were driving around at around 2 or 3 a.m, and I was driving, and we were on the east side of our city, Des Moines, Iowa. And those guys had taken their stuff. I was driving us around, and no one else was on the road. And we were alone on this road at first. We're going down this road. You know, it's dark. All of the incandescent. The street we were on, there were still incandescent light bulbs. The reason why that's important is because I fucking love incandescent light bulbs. I don't give a fuck what they do to the. They had all these fucking issues with them. I don't give a fuck. That lighting is the best lighting of all time. Miss them, but this road still had incandescent light bulb street lights, and we were so the reason why that's important is because they're on Lucy, and the lighting was important because it was very dim, orangish, kind of, if you're taking it, kind of menacing. And so we were going down this road, and all of a sudden, these two cars are behind me, and I'm driving like I'm just cruising, dude. It's late at night. I'm just kind of cruising. I'm not out here speeding or nothing. I'm probably going 5 below the speed limit. These cars are coming up behind me and fast, and or one of them is at least. So this one SUV drives past us. And he gets ahead a little bit, and I didn't really look inside. I didn't think anything of this, you know. I didn't really look inside the car. I couldn't see them, but they were driving, and they got ahead of us, and so they were in my peripheral. I mean, they were close. They're probably about 3 cars away from me. And then these other set of headlights come up from behind me, and which is nothing, you know. I didn't think anything of it. And, you know, people were out driving, probably doing what we're doing, right? And they kind of maintain the same speed as me. They kind of get alongside me. And I was kind of like skeptic about this, you know, and my dad and my buddy were probably like, what the fuck? You know, because they had taken that shit, and it was very weird. It was a very weird thing, that because they were just kind of right beside us, like and they were maintaining speed, and I even was kind of going slower and speeding up, seeing if like, because it was getting to the point where it was weird. And then all of a sudden, they fucking gun it. So they gun this fucking, they're in an SUV, like a silver SUV, and they fucking gun that shit. And they charge up basically right next to, they actually cut me off, get in front of me, and I'm hearing, you're hearing the tire squeak, everything. It's like, fucking cuts me off and drives fucking fast. Like I said, they're about 3 cars away from me to the other car that came first. And they're side by side there. And then all of a sudden, they kind of both slowed down. So I'm about maybe 2 cars away from them. All of a sudden, I see someone stick their hand out with a fucking gun and start popping fucking shots at this SUV. Popping fucking shot, like aimed right at the driver's side window, dude. Just pop, 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 pop. And they both speed up. They both speed the fuck up, and they're driving. And I'm driving, so I'm like, holy fuck, like this is fucking crazy. Okay, so I'm getting out of we're not, dude. How stupid would you have to be fucking be close to that shit? So I vert, I go right off to the other side. I go down this little side street, and there's like this bus depot thing, and I pull into there, and I'm like, and I made sure it was a spot where I could quickly escape, because I mean, in my head, I'm like, these guys were brazen as fuck. They just did this right in front of me. Are they gonna fucking come back for us now? I didn't know. And the fucking shooting is going crazy, dude. Like, and they were shooting, and the victims weren't returning fire, so I assume they didn't have a firearm. It was just who was ever shooting was just, they were out to kill them. And so yeah, and I park in this bus depot, and we're pretty safe. I mean, fuck, I don't think they saw us go in there, and I'm kind of listening. I'm still hearing shots. I mean, I'm still hearing shots for about 20 seconds after the ones I witnessed happen. And my dad and my buddy Wyatt, they're off Lucy, and they're like, and they haven't come up yet, but they've got this sort of anxiety now. I mean, they probably didn't actually, because I mean, we really weren't all that fucking, like, it wasn't like too scary. It wasn't like we were scared or anxious about it, but it was just more weird because the timing was so fucking crazy. Like, I mean, these guys are taking Lucy, and we're fucking, and that's what we see. This is I've never seen a drive-by shooting. I mean, depending on what city you're from, you've probably seen some, but for me, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, holy shit. And this was a straight hit. Whatever it was a hit. And it was almost very professional too. It's hard to describe, but it seemed like professionals were doing it. I mean, the guy he wasn't just sticking one, he wasn't just like this. He had his hands like this, and he was lunged out the car going, like he really wanted that dude dead. And so, anyways, this thing happens, and they're on their come up, and I'm like, holy fuck, guys, did you just, like, what the fuck's going on? And they're kind of like, did we just watch that? Did we just really see that shit? And so this night turns into a shit show real fast. I ended up taking some Lucy later on in the night, and shit just went fucking south. I actually have footage of this, and I don't know if I should actually, not of the drive-by, but of this night in particular. I don't know if I should incorporate it or not. You guys can let me know if I should, because it got weird, and I got some weird videos. Shit got real I think that set it off. I think witnessing that set it off, and it sent us into a weird direction. It was a very like a scary direction, just fucking madness, basically. But yeah, so I know this is a little quick one. This one's probably not all too crazy, but I mean, just seeing that shit was like, what the fuck? I mean, how often do you get to witness a drive-by shooting, hitman level style, But yeah, this was a weird story. I mean, this night descended into fucking oblivion. I will tell you that right now. It went straight to fucking oblivion. All right. It was the craziest, weirdest fucking time. Because everything, it was like the world, it was like the universe or the world was just putting out all of its weirdness in one night. It's as much as it could. We were seeing fucking weirdos, like, because we were at a park, and there's these woods by this park, and you can go into those woods, and there's some homeless camps and shit in those woods because it's right by a little river. And you can go in there, and that's where we stationed up. We had a little fire going and everything, and yeah, I'll save this night for a different story. For right now, this is just the drive-by shooting. The rest of the night, that's worthy of its own fucking story. But yeah, so this is a little quick one. I haven't uploaded it in a while. I had some shit going on in real life, so. But I decided this one would be a nice little quick one to catch everyone back up. Also, I'm not getting many views on this. I'm not expecting to either. I'm not trying to say that, but I'm not getting many views. But for those of you who do see, please interact. I want to see. I want to know what you guys think, because I don't know. It's kind of like if you make an art project and you show somebody, and no one says any, like they don't say anything. You're gonna be like, you know, I want to know. I want to know what everyone's thinking. So if you do see this, and the chances of this popping up on your feed are pretty fucking slim. All right, I'm a nobody. And I said it from the beginning, I don't want this to really go anywhere, but the people who do see this, just interact. Just let me know. I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what kind of people you are, and what you guys think of the shit. But yeah, so this is a quick one today, and this was a drive-by shooting off Lucy, going fucking madness the rest of the night. Anyways, see you guys later. I'll make another one here probably right after this video.